Yeah.
So, are you ready? Hello again. As a rule, we make a short interview with a headliner before the show. Today, Facebook bring it down, but now we want to make it at last. And as you, I hope you see that I have many vinyl here. It's a vinyl of the Beatles, because you say that the Beatles of your favorite. Also, Jimi Hendrix, Ray Charles, Django Reinhardt, Bob Marley, and Eric Clapton vinyls. And I will be happy if you tell us about your favorite musicians and maybe about musicians which you can call your mentors, who inspire you to become a musician and who inspire you to a creative career.
Well, I've got to say, and I've said this before, it's funny really, I think the first, you know, like when you're a musician or that gets you into playing music is sometimes you find a song that really hits you, you know. And I'll tell you what that was for me. That was, funny enough, it was my auntie gave me some Elvis Presley records, you know, in 1976. I was very young, you know, and she didn't say to me, you know, there was no, you know, I was not meant to expect to like Elvis. She gave me some records, and a lot of them were Elvis records because she was a fan. And I picked up this one record. It was a picture of Elvis. It was, you know, an old, it wasn't a 78, it was all original records. And it was Jailhouse Rock. I remember I put that on, you know. Bam, bam, pow, pow. I remember, I just thought, it was just, that was the end of my life.
Oh.
But it completely, totally changed my life.
76, and
76, yeah.
Oh, the king was alive.
I straight away I became a member of the Elvis Presley fan club, and I got a ring, you know, a TCB, taking care of business ring, and you know, and I even bought his last two singles, Moody Blue and Way Down. I actually went to the record shop with my pocket money, and I bought you know, I bought those records.
I have some singles of Elvis here. I didn't know that you tell about Elvis, but now I really have a singles, short 7-inch singles from RCA. Do you remember RCA?
Yeah, that's right. That was his company. Yeah, RCA.
Yes, with a Doc legendary brand.
Yeah.
Julian, I hear that the jazz is a part of your music. What
always jazz in my music, yeah. Because, you know, another thing is that when I was a kid, I used to listen to a lot of jazz. You know, a lot of Fats. My dad had like Fats Waller records and Louis Armstrong, Duke Ellington, and a lot of those records. And I used to listen to them. You know, like, you know, stuff like, I mean, if you don't mind me, it's like, I don't go out late, got no place to go. I'm home about 8, just me and my radio. Ain't misbehaving, saving all my love for you and you and you. Like Jack Horner in the corner, I don't go nowhere, why do I care? Your kisses were waiting for me. I don't go nowhere, got no place to go. I'm home about 8, just me and my radio. Ain't misbehaving, saving all my love for you. Ain't misbehaving, saving all my love. Shut up. You know, it's that sort of stuff is ingrained. You know, loads of Frank, like a lot of the Frank Sinatra stuff. You know, I mean, obviously, when you get to a certain level of accomplishment on an instrument, whether it's piano or guitar, you know, you realise that there's only so many chords that sort of exist. You know, so in a lot of that music, there's major sevenths, minor sevenths, you know, minor nines, you know, half diminished, flat fives, flat fives, sharp nines, you know, and once they're a bit, obviously they're very difficult to learn.
Not simple,
but once you learn that, then obviously then it's like, you know, they all sound the same, all these songs, you know. It's like Fly Me to the Moon, or it's always the same, the chords, you know. So I think listening to that jazz, it really has really helped me, you know, and I think it's really good for your musical, you know, to advance yourself as a musician, because there's sort of wonderful chords and tones, you know. I mean, it's funny though, as you say, because your original question was about the jazz, and you know, and why somebody should like that, you know, I don't know. I guess we don't know, do we? Because, you know, maybe other children of my age would not like jazz, you know. They go, that's just rubbish, you know. Whereas me,
jazz is not a part of fashion.
Yeah, not part of fashion or something. Yeah, but for me, I always used to find it was really nice to hear, like the Beatles. You know, when I was a kid listening to the Beatles. You know, if I listen to Strawberry Fields,
Beatles is evergreen music, I think.
Yeah, I think it's like very colourful music. You know, it's very colourful. You know, and it's like some of the music that is very colourful. You know, you find it's very catchy. You know, like my son. You know, when he was really, I mean, he's still very young. He's only 11, like, but when he was about 6, he used to love the Police. You know, you know, like Roxanne, you don't have to put on a red light. Those days are over. You don't have to sell your body to the night. And it's like, I can understand. It doesn't surprise me. I just think that music's very colourful. It's got a lot of sort of colour, and it's wonderful music. You know, whether you like it or hate it, it's still good music. You know. And I can.
What about a guitarist? Huh? What about a guitarist? When I hear you playing, I see the spirit of Joe Pass.
Joe Pass, wonderful player. You know, I mean, when I was a kid, I used to go and see all those guitar players. You know, I used to go. I met Joe Pass many times. You know, when he was in London. Barney Kessel was another guy.
Barney Kessel, yeah, great.
I met Barney Kessel after. This is when I was 13. I met him. In an Indian curry house in Bristol, which is where I come from, and he let me sit with him. I had like a whole conversation for like about half an hour with Barney Kessel when I was 13. And yeah, well, I was 13 years old. Yeah.
Oh.
And Barney Kessel was really nice because he had somebody who wanted to do an interview for Guitar Player magazine. It's in 1980, and they were saying, "Can we do an interview?" He said, "Hey, I'm just talking to my friend Julian." You know, and he was smoking a big cigar, you know. And I remember I was asking him loads of questions, you know, and he was, you know, asking, because I knew he played with Elvis Presley as a session player, you know, played with Frank Sinatra, Strangers in the Night, and he did, you know, he was the Wrecking Crew, Barney Kessel, you know, in the LA session scene, James Bond, Tommy Tedesco, and all those amazing players, you know. I asked him like loads of questions, you know, and it was, I always remember it as a great, you know, a great legendary player, you know, and but Joe Pass is, you know, Joe Pass is probably the best, you know, in that style of really one-man accomplishment guitar. You know, when he used to do the duos with Ella Fitzgerald, Joe Pass and Ella Fitzgerald, it's nothing better, man. Nobody can make. You can't get better than that. I agree. I mean, it's 50 years ago. You can't get better than that. I just don't think you could. I don't know what you could do. I mean, you can get different, but you can't get better than Joe Pass. You know, all this. You know. mean, I don't know, you know, I mean, when he played Joe Pass blues, you know, and then, I mean, that's like a baby. Joe Pass is a 1,000 times better than that. You know?
Julian, I think it will be great to let our audience ask their questions to you.
Sure, yes, absolutely, yeah.
Друзья, может кто-нибудь хочет задать вопрос Джулиану, а мы с Борисом Литвинцевым с Божьей помощью этот вопрос переведем, и Джулиан ответит вам. Смотрите, какой он хороший рассказчик, как много он знает о джазе, имеет много личного, очень интересного опыта.
Не стесняйтесь спрашивать.
И если такие люди есть, я вижу, Николай Козлов вот, пытается вот, включить себе... Николя, тебя не слышно, включи эту...
Микрофон.
Пожалуйста. Вот, теперь говори. Все равно не слышно. Значит, что-то у тебя не то с микрофоном. Так, пока Николай чинит микрофон, еще есть желающие у нас? Спросить,
смелый.
Джулиана. Михаил, я вижу.
Да. Всем привет, друзья. У меня даже не вопрос, а я дважды был на концертах Джулиана, и в основном такие мелодии все ритмичные, бодрые, а здесь настолько лирично, какие-то вот баллады, я просто вот романтично так все, вот, я просто восхищен, и Джулиану от меня большой-большой привет.
Ну, то есть это не вопрос, а выступление.
Да, ну вот передать, что просто вот так легло хорошо.
Okay.
Удивительным образом он для меня раскрылся еще, как певец такой лиричный.
Julian, there's Michael, who is one of the strong supporters of Blues Invasion the last couple of years.
That's right, yeah, I know.
He is a doctor, and about two and a half years ago, he discovered for himself jazz and blues music. And he became a massive fan of British Blues Invasion, and he said he's been to your shows two times.
Oh, really? Okay. Oh.
And he enjoyed it very much, but he thought that you are most energetic and charismatic player who is playing energetic, moving, rocky songs. But tonight, you just open yourself to him as a very romantic, playing ballads and stuff like that. So this is also like another side of the coin, you know.
Yeah, that's right. Many sides to the two sides to the same coin.
Yeah.
Спасибо. Спасибо.
Спасибо. Спасибо. Хорошо, хорошо.
У кого еще есть желание задать вопрос? Вот, я вижу, вы хотите.
Оля, почему микрофон?
Ну, наверное, слышно меня сейчас?
Да, слышно.
Николай,
Я тоже хотел присоединиться к восторгам по поводу Джулиана и сказать, что он очень разнообразный, виртуознейший музыкант. И большое ему спасибо. Вот, его музыка очень греет душу.
So, well, another old friend and supporter of British Blues Invasion, Nicholas, he's saying that he's been to your shows many times, and again, he discovered some romantic side of your music, of your charisma tonight, and he's amazed, and always your virtuoso playing is very heartwarming.
Oh, thank you. That was really nice.
Последний вопрос вот,
Игорь.
под аккаунтом Екатерина Дариенко. Прошу.
Игорь Горбачевский.
Dear Julian, thanks a lot for your great music. We already done British Blues Invasion, and we like British Blues a lot. But I want to ask you about United States blues rock heroes. What do you think about Joe Bonamassa and Kenny Wayne Shepherd? Thanks.
Yeah, well, you know, Joe Bonamassa, he's great. I mean, he's a great player. They're both fantastic players. Both fantastic players. You know, you know, my only problem about some of the, say, the, you know, if sometimes I'm looking for some good ideas for playing on the guitar, I normally go to Joe Bonamassa. I listen to some of his ideas, like, you know, so, and I pick some licks. So for that, you know, I mean, I love Joe Bonamassa for that. I mean, as a fan, I'm not a great fan. I tell you the reason. One of the reasons being is just I'm not a great fan of that music. You know, a lot of the music from, you know, I find it's very blues rock, and I'm not really so much of a blues rock aficionado. You know, Kenny Wayne Shepherd's a great player. You know, his records, his songs are a bit more, the early stuff, it's quite Stevie Ray Vaughan, isn't it? It's, you know, I mean, he's a great player. Again, I don't listen to a lot of that music because, I mean, for me, if I listen to music, I probably put on Bob Marley, you know, or something like that, you know, or something with a really good song, something with real heart and soul, like Burt Bacharach, or something that's probably not so bluesy, you know. Understand?
Yeah, thank you. So, if everyone's ready, let us get back to business.
Yeah.